So as they're rounding out, it's been exciting to see the consistency from the Phillies pitchers, which now leads to the question about Taijuan Walker, because we have seen him progressing, getting back. He did have a start in AAA last week that he pitched 4 2/3 innings, did pretty well, had a four-seam fastball that averaged about 91.1 miles per hour. But he's also been cleared to throw a bullpen session Friday. And there's a chance, as you mentioned, he's going to be activated from the IL as early as next week. So actually a little bit ahead of the projection of when he was supposed to return. So I know in the chat, Mickey was asking it, and Jim, I'm curious too. I know Jamie, you are as well. Now what do you do with Taijuan Walker? Spencer Turnbull's getting the start on Friday. He's been looking good. Taijuan is working back. What would you do?
I'd give Taijuan a chance to start. He pitched 172 innings for the team last year, which is great value in that. Obviously, did not pitch in the postseason, but I think he's going to get a chance to start next week in Cincinnati when the turn comes up again. I mean, you projected him as a member of your starting five. He just kind of wasn't ready to go out of spring training. Doesn't sound like he had enough throwing in the offseason. And, he's benefited from this extra time. Can he pitch at 91, 92? We're going to find out. He's got that good split, but, you do need a little velocity to offset that. They're going to find out, but I think having pitched 170 plus innings last year, and, I'm still a believer there's great value in innings. I think he deserves a shot to get out there and see what you have. You're not going to lose Spencer Turnbull. He's a guy who can be a swing man. He can pitch out of the bullpen. And like I said, you can never have enough pitching depth. So he could become your sixth starter and stay in the bullpen for when you need a sixth starter. If knock on wood, if injury ever comes about or anything. But I think you give Taijuan Walker a look here, and not just one or two. You got to give him a little time to get going here. You signed him to be a starter. And you got to give him a little bit of look. And if it doesn't work, then, you make a change. He goes to the bullpen and Turnbull or somebody else comes back. But that's kind of the way I see it shaking out. There's nothing definitively been said, but that's kind of the way my feel is.
So, Jim, if Spencer Turnbull goes out tomorrow night, and let's say he deals, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, decent strikeout total, obviously, Taijuan Walker's salary has a little bit to say of where he's going to pitch. Do you see a scenario not just because of the rash of UCL injuries around baseball, but because it is a war of attrition, it's such a long season. Do you see any situation where they can go to a 6-man rotation and maybe keep a Zach Wheeler on his regular rest, which he has said he prefers? Do you see that as a possibility for the Phils?
I don't. I think they would go with the 5-man rotation just because, keep Wheeler on his 5th day. Nola is very important. Keep him on his 5th day. He occasionally benefits from that extra day, but you get those early in the season with off days. I mean, they get an off day today. I think their plan would be to use the 5 guys and see where it goes and feel good that you have Spencer Turnbull as a swingman. He has some versatility. And you have that kind of depth. It's a long season. And, if Turnbull goes out there tomorrow night and pitches great, hey, stand up and cheer. Like I said, you can never have enough good pitching, enough pitching depth. If he pitches well, he's going to solidify himself as a viable contributor in some role for the rest of the season. And it's a long season. So to me, it's kind of a good problem to have too many pitchers, too many guys pitching well. Now it's up to Taijuan Walker to go out there and pitch well.